not going to work for me if I got money on Clemson.
Yeah. Well, we're live.
Love that.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let me do some retweeting, some linking.
Yep. Let's see. Let's see. I have tweeted it out.
I've tweeted it. Or I've retweeted it. I'm posting it on Snapchat right now. Let me quote tweet it. Hey, there's people in here. What's up, guys? Just still getting set up here.
Let me.
The high class production we have going.
It's just top notch. All right.
Ball.
Brain was having a meltdown. Instagram story's going to have to wait.
We are so back, Sue.
Oh, Sue.
I'm actually going to act like we haven't been live this whole time.
You have fun with that.
Here, watch this. We'll be real creative with it. Boom. Welcome to the Down East Sports College Football Show. It is week 1. We are your hosts, Jacob Miller and Paul Phillips. We're going to talk all things ECU, all things college football, and some smooth music, I guess.
I reckon. Also, my Wi-Fi is liable to go out at any point, and it won't do it for long. But just be prepared.
We're doing all right at the moment, but big week ahead of us as our East Carolina Pirates take on the NC State Wolfpack here Thursday night at Carter Finley Stadium. We will get to the tail of the tape. First, we're going to talk a little bit about ECU. Start with the offense here, returning a 2,000-yard passer, Caden Hauser. 18 touchdowns, 11 picks last year. Really need to see an improvement in that department. He also put the ground on the ball a little bit, or the ball on the ground a little bit.
We're in mid-season form.
Kind of like our kicking situation. That's why we're leaving special teams off.
It looked like a bunch of seals on the depth chart, just or.
That was up and down the depth chart, but I would like to see Hauser control the ball a little bit better. He does layer the ball well. Gets a little gunslingery at times. I'll get into some more things that I'd like to see from Hauser against State when we get there.
I'm always down with a gunslinger, though. Scare money don't make no money. I like taking chances. It's okay with me. If it doesn't work out sometimes, that's fine. It just needs to work out more often than not. But like you said, I mean, just quickly, 2,000-yard passer, started half the season maybe?
Yeah, half the season, only started.
And still got to 18 touchdown passes. Yeah, he had the 11 picks, but I mean, with those numbers, if you take into account snaps and games played, I'm not worried at all.
Yeah. Do lose a lot in the running back department. A little bit on the wide receiver department, missing Soel, who went to Iowa State. But we did see in his injury last year, one of the Smith boys step up. I think those two guys are going to be the keys at wide receiver this year, along with our transfer from Oklahoma.
Yeah, Jacquez Pettaway.
What a name. He's all name team.
He's going to be a nice counterbalance to Anthony Smith as far as the deep ball is concerned, because everyone knows that Anthony Smith is he's our long ball guy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think I saw 41 catches, averaged like 19.8 yards per catch.
it's something insane like that. But people are gonna have to understand that they need to guard Pedway down the field too. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of the theme so far, I guess, this offseason is who's going to catch the ball for us, not named Smith, whether it's Anthony Smith or Unique Smith, Yannick Smith, however it's
I think it's
pronounced
Yannick,
today.
yeah.
It was Unique for a period of time last year, then it was Yannick. Who knows? But but yeah, I think there's a good few question marks as far as the passing game is concerned, especially like specifically receiving, but there's also plenty of answers as well. So
Yeah. Definitely excited to see what the kid from OU can do. Heard great things about him in spring ball. What do you think about JDB said the other day that he prefers kind of having three backs. We didn't really have that last year. You know, Raji took majority of the carries, rightfully so. But a little bit of running back by committee with Montgomery and Ginn, and is it Ginn? Gunn. Brain working great right now. Gunn. I can't remember the other kid's name right now. I had all this in my head.
You got Montgomery and Gunn. Oh hell.
You got it, buddy.
I was about to say TJ Engelman, but he's the number 4. Let me just get the depth chart back.
I might beat you to it.
Struggling.
Parker Jenkins.
Thank you.
That was bad, but
yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. I think another big key returner for us though is McCrillum, the big left tackle.
Yeah.
We'll get to, or I will get to that on the defensive side, but not a complete cohesive unit on the offensive line, but some returners, a key returner at left tackle.
I was about to say that if we're gonna have one returner at all, I'd like to be the left tackle.
Guy that's played a lot of snaps. But I think the offense is going to be the story of the year with ECU.
Definitely. And
we might live and die with it, as we're going to get here as we talk a little bit about the defense. I don't know your general opinion about the defense, but I got mine.
This is, I mentioned question marks in the receiving core a little bit. The defensive core is
a massive,
where a lot of question marks are. The problem is that we have guys that have proven themselves at other places, and a lot of guys that haven't really proven much of anything. That I almost feel I'm almost more excited about the guys that haven't really shown us as much than I am about the guys that I know. Which there's not a lot of familiar faces, I guess, on that defense, at least as far as production is concerned, and all that. But yeah, I really don't know what to think of this defense, which is funny because that's been our bread and butter for basically ever since Houston got there, and for the 2019 season, we've just been a defense-heavy team. And so now going into a season where that's the iffy part is a little worrisome.
One thing that I heard over the spring that I wanted to kind of bring up is with our new defensive coordinator, whose name I wish I remembered, but it's going to be more of a havoc system, which is kind of similar here. Over under 10 minutes, it's under 10 minutes, similar to what Georgia does, similar to what a lot of speed rush teams do in college football. And it is kind of make or break. We ran a lot of zone last year, at least from what I remember.
We did.
I don't want to say I expect us, but I would not be surprised if you see us run a lot more man this year.
Yeah.
A lot more exotic blitzes, just from the sound of what I've heard from things coming from the spring. But I think we look strong at linebacker. That's the one spot on the defense that I'm positive, or not positive, but confident in being a reliable unit all year.
Yeah.
There's two things in football I think you need cohesiveness that's more important than the dudes and the X's and O's. And I think that's the offensive line and the defensive secondary. And we have a lot of guys in the secondary that have experience, but not together.
Exactly. And
that's a little scary.
I'd say more than a little probably is my level of scared for that. Just because, I mean, like you mentioned at linebacker, I think we're going to be just fine. And even on the D line, while it's not as deep of recognizable names from ECU teams of past, but I mean, like JD, sorry, I got the depth chart pulled up here. I mean, JD Lampley, Xavier McIvory, Raheem Craig, these are all names that either have produced for us before or have produced elsewhere and are getting ready to produce for us, at least in some capacity they've produced elsewhere. So if you look up and down that, like the D line and especially the linebackers, there's not near as many question marks as there are when you get to whatever we have going on at corner and
Yeah.
to a lesser extent safety. Because I mean, Jamarlee Riddle might be conference defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he's definitely
But
the star on the backfield there of the defense.
and then we get Tegan Wilt returning to Greenville, which is always exciting. Just
yeah, I'm excited.
Guy.
Yeah. The two Houston transfers I'm excited about. One thing I wanted to ask you about, our red zone defense was a bright spot on the defense last year. Do you think that might be a similar case this year?
It's really hard to tell. I feel like our schedule this year lends itself towards, or has more teams throughout it that were pretty solid in the red zone. I might be completely off on that, but that's kind of loosely where my brain is as far as what I saw last year from some of these teams and what I expect to see this year. So I feel like it might take a dip. I don't think necessarily talent wise it'll take a dip. I'm just worried that now we've got some pretty solid teams that offensively that can score from anywhere, but especially when you get in the red zone, it's hard to stop them. So I feel confident about it. Again, from a talent standpoint, I'm just worried that we might get overpowered in some situations.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. You know, some teams this year are getting it right from week one. ECU is one of them. There's not a lot of time for them to figure it out.
Yeah.
You do get Campbell in week two, but then again, you're at Coastal, and then you followed up with BYU. They got to get it together quick. If we're going to make
for the fan base, it's a very exciting non-con slate, and even for the players in the team too, because they get to test out what they think works or doesn't work against some high quality programs. It's just we can't be horsing around in these games. Like we gotta have our I's dotted and our T's crossed coming into these games, and that's early on in the season like that for a program like us at least. It's not easy to do, and so I'm cautiously optimistic that we'll be able to get through it. Probably at worst 2-2, probably 3-1 is kind of where I lean.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. With that being said, you want to jump into the schedule here. We'll do some quick wins and losses. For sake of the fact that we're going to do a preview probably right after the wins and losses, we won't say the NC State game.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll hold off on that. Also,
we'll start
before we dive head first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did my playoff predictors for the entire country this year, and so I'm pulling that up. So I have. Let's see. Here we go. I have a record for ECU. I just gotta find
I have mine.
The games.
I did it the old chicken scratch way.
Hey. I mean, if you want to know, if you spout a team out, I'll tell you what their win-loss is going to be this year. I got
Central
UL
Michigan.
Monroe all day long. It's trying to load, dude. I can get you Central Michigan in a jiffy though once it actually loads.
Well, I think by the time it loads, I'll go ahead and just jump in the Campbell game because I don't think you have to think about that one. 6 p.m. Saturday, get Campbell at home. I think we both can chalk that up as a win.
Yeah, I think it's a comfortable win. I think it looks a lot like the last time we played Campbell. where
Hopefully.
it's just, I mean, that's what I think. I mean, I'm not exactly well versed on my fighting camels football knowledge, especially going into this season specifically, but I don't expect us to have too much trouble in that game, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I that one should get the points per game average a little higher.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for the numbers.
Yep. You got it pulled up.
Let's, I it it's like trying to again. I'm oh here we go. Do you want the Central Michigan record?
You can if you want to.
I got to scroll down for it. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and pull up their win total while I find this, just a little quick pick here. What's their win total at?
4-8.
That's what I have them at. So hopefully they're over under 3.5 for their win total.
Oh, you meant that? I was like, I thought you said guess it. I was like, I have no idea.
No, I got them at 4-8.
We'll pull up ECU, and we'll go ahead and start at week 3 at Coastal, 7:30 Saturday kick. That's a measuring stick game in my opinion. Not going to say it's a must win, but it's definitely a can't lose.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Coastal is not the Coastal we came accustomed to seeing a couple of years ago and before that, but I mean, especially in Conway, I mean that's never going to be an easy game.
No.
So I think we win that one. But I think it's a very competitive game too. I think we end up pulling away at the end, but I mean it's just back and forth for a lot of the way.
I think so as well. I have that chalked up as a win. So
I think that's going to be a big turnover margin game.
Yeah. So we both got them at 2-0 right now. Week 4, I think this is where they catch their first L. Yeah, BYU at home. I think BYU's a sneaky playoff team this year. Well, not sneaky because a lot of people are talking about them being a possible playoff team, but
I was on that until the whole Retzlaff situation, and I still think they're going to be good. I think without their star quarterback from last year, they're just bound to regress a little bit. So I think BYU is going to be at least a fringe top 25 team throughout the year, regardless of whether they make the playoff or not. I don't see how we pull that one out. I think it'll be, like I said, I mean, with Coastal, I think the opposite is here. I think it's going to be competitive where we're the ones kind of maybe on the back foot at the end. But I think it's going to be too much of a good Power 4 conference team at the end of the day.
Also, 5.5 was the over-under for Central Michigan.
Hammer the under.
All right, next we got Army at home, short week, catch them on a Thursday night. This is not the same Army team from last year.
My chair just about fell out from under me. Good Lord.
I heard that. That would have been great for views right there.
I'm squeaking all over the place. I don't know what just happened. All right, we'll roll with it.
But I think a lot of sites I looked at have this as a 50-50 game. I just don't see Army being even close to what they were last year, and I like to chalk this one up in the W column for the Pirates.
I got a W here as well. I think, like you said, with it being a pretty 50-50 game, I think Army, the whole thing that scares me is just their scheme, because we don't really handle the Armies and Navies of the world super well, especially Navy, which, to be fair, last year was the first time we had ever lost to Army. But I think this game being at home, Military Appreciation Day on a Thursday night, I think just based on that alone, just at that point, chalk it up to the home team. And so I think we come out with a W there.
I mean, maybe it will be like the last time I remember us beating beating Navy, because we don't ever beat Navy. on a certain kicker kicked a long one, and there may have been a couch burned in my cul-de-sac.
Oh, you mean this guy?
Yeah, that guy.
There's a sneak peek of what I'm wearing tomorrow. Also, this guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Worn joint? I thought he was terrible though.
Well, he'd be an or on this
subset
team.
Of people he is. Not I.
Next, unfortunately, I think this is another L at Tulane.
I think so
8
too.
p.m. kick.
We're coming off a bye, but I don't think that's enough to save us, to be honest. I think it's just too much too late.
Yeah. It was an all-time couch burning. College was a good time. Go to ECU if you were in high school listening to this for God knows what reason. Go to ECU. It's a great time. Good education too.
You'll enjoy yourself, and you might learn something.
You might.
I'm not going to promise it, but you might.
But Tulane, I think, is not leader in the clubhouse, but definitely in that group
I have a
of
different
teams
leader in
from
the clubhouse.
The group of 5 that I think have a shot of making the playoff this year.
I'm not 100% certain Tulane makes the conference championship game. There's a hot take for you. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh. Next,
but yeah,
thank God it's at home.
Yeah, God.
We remember how that went last year. Which I wish I remembered where that receiver transferred to that went off against us. I think he went to like Oklahoma. Like he went somewhere.
It might have been Oklahoma, actually.
Or A&M.
I can't remember that fool's name.
I think he went
A&M.
Oh
my God, he burned us.
He burned us.
Yeah, I think you're actually right with A&M.
But Tulsa, we catch him at home. Tulsa ain't no good. Like,
no.
Your mama and you did grandmother know that. So
if this game was in Oklahoma, I'd be scared.
I'd be worried.
I'd be scared for American Athletic, or sorry, now it's just the American Conference officiating. That's what I would be scared about with that game. Now with this one, they can do whatever they want. This game's not in Oklahoma, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's a W.
Next to another formidable opponent in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Say Temple. That again. Phil what?
I had a burp. Yeah. We're going to move on. That's a win.
All right, Philadelphia. Yeah, coming off a bye at Temple. Yeah, not worried. See you later. Next.
See you later. Love Blake Harrell. I'm going to get that out there right now.
Yeah.
If he starts the shit that Mike Houston did against Charlotte, I'm going to have problems. You know, we get called little brother by NC State. Can we start beating the brakes off of Charlotte? Because that's ours.
Please.
Please, for the love of God. I have this chalked up as a win. Yeah. And I really hope they, the returners from last year have a fire lit under that ass and come out and
they better after
the way that game started last year.
I was at that game. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Just a pitiful performance. Haven't beaten them since they've joined the conference. That needs to change this year, and I think it does. Now we get into another tough game. How do you think we fare at home against Memphis?
Well, this is the team I think is going to win the conference this year and very well could go to the playoff. I know it's at home and whatnot. I think it's a loss. I think it's a good game, but I think it's a good first half maybe.
Yeah.
Because usually when we play Memphis, especially at home, it seems to be just a good old NCAA 14 ESPN instant classic type thing. Not this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm proven wrong, but I think Memphis is going to be very good.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think it's Tulane or Memphis in this conference. I'm curious to see who you think. You got me on the edge of my seat right now. But
I think it's Tulane, but there's plenty of other teams that could sneak their way in and just sneak up on everybody and just, hey, here we are. We're going to go beat every team on our schedule and go to the American Championship game.
Yeah. Next, team that had a strong season in the American last year, UTSA. You're in San Antonio. I don't know how you feel, but I'm not very confident about that.
I think we win this game. Not going to lie to you.
This is the one.
I'm not confident in UTSA this year. Of the top 6 teams projected to be like I said, at the top of the conference, they're the one I'm far and away lowest on is UTSA.
I,
They could very well prove me wrong easily with McCown at quarterback and all that. But I also just don't think he's he's very good. I just don't think he's as cracked up as people are making him out to be. So
yeah.
we'll see. But I got us winning that game. I think we could shock them in San Antonio.
Not saying you're wrong. I think it's very much a possibility. I got it chalked out as a loss for right now.
Yeah.
Leaving us with good old FAU, the Owls, who gives a hoot.
Not I.
Not I, and I don't think they give a hoot at this point in the season either. I got that chalked up to a win.
I think they're going to be better this year, FAU is, but not much. I think we go down there and handle business.
So not including the NC State game, that I got us at 7-4.
I also have us at 7-4.
I guess we can jump right into NC State. Ball don't lie situation last year in the bowl game. Should have had a scoop and score to take the lead. Instead, it gets overturned. And we all know what happens next. Brawl included. And the Pirates end up on top.
Can I set the tone real quick?
I'm trying to do my best, dog.
No, I said, can I set the tone?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Just so y'all know what this game means to me.
I'm going to sit back.
When I was 17 years old, and every year before then, you might have seen me at this game in this. Maybe a little Marcus Stone jersey. Hell, maybe even a Phillip Rivers jersey. And then I turned 18. Where this became a lot more of what my wardrobe looked like. And what about a little David Garrard guy? Come on. If you know me, you know I'm an ECU fan. You know I'm also a State fan. You won't catch me in that tomorrow. I promise you that. I'll always be a State fan, just how I grew up. But that's number one for me, forever and always, is the purple and gold. Moving on, I had to.
Hey,
there's a lot of emotions for me in this game.
It's a lot of emotions,
but
I think there's going to be a lot of emotions on the football field this game. Obviously, some first half suspensions. I didn't see a great improvement on NC State's roster. There are some guys that, CJ Bailey, I think is a decent quarterback. God bless it. He's got a great name too. The running back.
Which one?
NC State, the sophomore.
Yeah. Are you talking
Hollywood?
About, Smothers?
Yeah. Who torched us a little bit in the bowl game.
He's slightly a problem.
he is a problem, and I think again, like we highlighted earlier, I think defense is going to be a bit of a problem. I see a shootout on our hands as what I'm beating around the bush saying.
I think so too, because with the pieces defensively that State lost, both to graduation and to the portal, like Cisse, he's at South Carolina now, and even offensively, Concepcion is at A&M.
Yeah,
their receiving room is just fine. They're not, obviously that's a big piece to miss, but they're not going to be missing him too much, I don't think. But defensively for both teams, I think is the weaker side of the ball. So I'm with you. I think this game could skyrocket. I don't know what the over is, but
I think it's 62.5, which is a little rich for my blood. But
yeah, I think it was 60 a couple days ago. I don't quote me on that because I saw that somewhere else. I wasn't even looking for it, but yeah, I don't know. I
got some things I'll read out here.
Go for it.
ECU 16-8-1 against the spread as an away dog. NC State is 4-10. All right, yeah. NC State is 4-10 against the spread as a home favorite. Both of those are in the last 3 years. Trying to find the thing about the last 4 home openers for NC State, they have not covered against the spread.
Oh, we saw last year.
Yeah.
Zoo mama. Yikes. That was scary.
Yeah. the computers, you look everywhere, Vegas is sitting there telling you this is NC State's game. I'm not counting the Pirates out. I'm not giving my opinion on the game yet, but I'm definitely saying that I think this is well within the 12 and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. Which hasn't that moved up to 14 and a half now?
If it opened at 14 and a half.
Well, I saw it opened at 12 and a half, and then recently it's gone to 14. I think literally 2 points on that spread came from all the John David Baker allegations,
which
is crazy.
Yeah,
but we'll save that for another time, maybe later in the episode. I don't know. We'll see. But that was something else. Moving swiftly onward.
Yeah, but I like this to stay within the number.
Oh yeah.
The other thing I saw in here is the home team has covered 4 straight and 6 of the last 7 in this game. We saw how NC State started last year. We also saw how we started last year. Little different circumstances.
Very much so.
I truly think this is a close game. 38-31, I think, is relatively what the final will be.
That's roundabout what I had. I was thinking more of like a 35-28. I'm hoping that this turns me into a walking voodoo doll tomorrow and we win it on a missed kick from Kanoa Vineset. I just don't know if we'll keep it that close enough at the very end for that to come into play. So.
And I'm gathering just from that statement, I think you and I are in similar spots on this game. We are both going to be in attendance, sitting right next to each other. There might not be 2 louder and maybe 2 drunker people in the stadium.
If you're in section 29 tomorrow, come find us. We won't be hard to miss.
If you're in Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow,
or we will be hard to miss. Sorry.
Feel free to DM us, shoot us a tweet or whatever. And
come tailgate, hang out with the boys.
With you. Yeah, I mean, we don't give two shits, but to give a season total, I think 7-5 is the record. I just have a hard time thinking they go into Carter Finley and winning. NC State is playing for revenge. That said, I got ECU money line and the spread on my board. I'm still going to be pulling hard for the Pirates, but if I had to pick this game, I think we cover. I don't necessarily know we win this football game.
Yeah, I think we absolutely cover. I got us money line, but on a no sweat. So that tells you where my head's at. But yeah, this is one of those where it's hard to predict because anything can happen in this game, as we've seen before, most notably in December, at least as of late. But I mean, even 2016, Scotty Moe's first game, we're just a terrible football team, and State is good that year.
I mean, they come to 92-9 was the score differential there.
Oh no, that was
2 games.
That was 2018 and 2019. 2016 is when they came to Greenville and we beat them.
That's right. Yeah,
that was a horrible football team. A potentially even worse football team went to Raleigh in 2018 after our game against Virginia Tech got canceled because of the hurricane, and I think it was 58-3 was the final.
It was bad. So
I was there in that jersey in the NC State student section, just getting hounded the whole game. It was so bad.
I can imagine. That being said, I think the ceiling for this team is 9-3. 8-4 is probably more reasonable. I can see us sneaking on a team. I think 8-4 is the ceiling. I think 7-5, 6-6 is probably the likely outcome. I do think the expectation for this team is to go bowling, and if we don't go bowling, it will be a disappointing season.
This has got to be a bowl team. And if you're in the chat, if you're watching along, throw us your record predictions.
Takes on teams. You can call us dumb. It's a free
country
in that chat.
It doesn't even have to be about this game. Just I want to know what you think. What you think ECU's record will be? If you got any crazy upsets in there, shoot them our way. We'll dissect it a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a close loss. I think it's a 1-score loss probably. I'll for the sake of an actual prediction, I'll go like 33-26 or something like that. I think it's going to be a sloppy score like that, but
it's I think it's within 10-7. So
yeah.
That being said, we want to start talking a little more about the national level of this game.
Let's do it. And if y'all got questions, comments about ECU or state or whoever, just
we'll
drop them in there, and we'll pivot to that real quick. But yeah, let's get into it.
Where do you want to start?
You can go teams to watch for.
Yeah, we can go. I mean, yeah, we can do that. I got a few obvious ones, and then I got some different ones in there that I think we'll get to it. I don't know if you want to go ahead and rip it first, Paul.
I'll go first. I'm just mainly what I'm going to cover, at least right quick, is the plays, or is two of the plays that I sent you not long before we did this. I think if you're looking, we can get into some bets. These are going to be included in there, but just a little precursor. Nebraska might go to the playoff this year, and I think Utah might go undefeated.
Nebraska's got a really easy schedule.
Both of their win totals are 7.5. Nebraska has done nothing but improve talent-wise at almost every position, aside from quarterback, which it's Raiola again. So Georgia legend.
I think another year of experience is going to do him good. I have no hate towards Raiola. Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit of a weirdo, but
I think
another
Nebraska
year of experience. I think Nebraska is a team to look out for. I don't necessarily think they're a national championship contender by any means, but I think I'm with you. There's a possibility they could end up in the playoffs. They don't catch any of the. I think they play Ohio State.
No, they're at Penn State, second to last game of the season.
Yeah, I knew they were at one of them.
I think that's their only sure loss. What sucks is they end the season at home against Iowa. I think it's at home. Regardless, they're playing Iowa to end the season. I think Iowa's another sneaky team, especially if you're looking at Big Ten teams.
They can throw the ball more than 5 yards now.
Exactly. Which for an Iowa team, especially a Kirk Ferentz Iowa team, scary. But and then I'll even throw in one more Big Ten. I don't know if you had these guys or not, but Washington, it could surprise a lot of people this year.
I did not, but I think you're right. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I think Washington is a team to look out for outside of the notable powers in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I think there's a clear top 3 in the Big Ten this year, being Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon.
Yeah, it's basically what it was last year, more or less.
I'll go from a team from that conference that I'm keeping an eye out, not necessarily for playoff aspirations or anything, but let's see what the multi-million-dollar kid that left Tennessee can do out in L.A.
Yeah, I think that team does get better.
I think they get better. I think they're a bowl team. I just think they're going to be an interesting watch this year.
I can't remember how their schedule plays out, but I got them at 6-6. I think they're going to be fine, but they're going to improve. I mean, they weren't a bowl team last year. At least I don't think they were. But, I mean, obviously quarterback position is probably an improvement. And then that'll offensively, at least as far as weapons go, that should improve their play kind of as a whole. So I think that team's going to be able to score some points a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, they get the benefit of the doubt of playing Northwestern, Michigan State. I don't think Maryland's going to be very good this year. Yeah, their schedule kind of sucks. Yeah. Never mind. They got a couple wins in there.
Yeah,
but I do think it's going to be an improved team. It's more of just kind of watching to see if this kid who showed glimpses early last year of being an elite talent that kind of went away the back half when he got into conference play. I really just kind of want to see if he can unlock anything there.
Yeah.
I got another team in a similar vein. I got UNC just to see what in the hell is going on in Chapel Hill.
I got them at 6-6 too, which again is an improvement. They weren't a bowl team last year. At least, no, they were. They lost to UConn. But I got them right where they were last year at 6-6.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much personnel change. I think to where, and with obviously their coach being who he is, the greatest NFL coach of all time, has never coached a snap of college football.
College
So
football, yeah. How many games into the season before Jordan gets on the sideline?
I'd say probably their 7th quarter of the season. So coming out of the half in game 2.
And I don't know these. I'm going to kind of rattle through these 3 teams real quick.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's wrong with me. But I have 3 teams that I absolutely hate as teams to watch for.
I know one of these. Actually, I know 2 of these.
One of them's Georgia Tech. I think people are really underrating what Georgia Tech has on the offensive side of the ball. I think Haynes King's a player. I think they have a great football coach. They have a talented running back. It's another year under that system. It's another year, another step forward in the recruiting cycles. I think Georgia Tech sneaky might be in Charlotte at the end of the year. It would not surprise me.
I don't know how sneaky it is. The problem is I kind of got them log jammed with another team in the ACC. But I mean, I got Georgia Tech at 10-2 this year, and that's including a loss to Georgia. So yeah, I mean, that's
look out for Tech.
That's playoff conversation. I also it's funny because I've tried to be a little bit more mild on them just because everyone's kind of darling a little bit in the ACC, and I still running through every game I had them at 10-2. So it's hard for me to not believe in them, which I know is worrisome for you.
Yeah. Another team also on Georgia's schedule, the University of Florida.
Yep.
Now, this depicts on 2 things with Florida. Can Billy Napier actually coach? The jury is very much still out. And can DJ Lagway stay healthy? Because that man's a problem. I mean, we might be talking about Florida a little. I think they're a little too highly rated early, and we'll get to top 12, and I might be a part of that problem. But I think there's so much uncertainty. There's more uncertainty in college football, especially at the quarterback position, than I can remember in our lifetimes across the board. I mean, you look at that top 10, 8 of the top 10 teams, as in of right now, are starting a new quarterback. The only 2 returning quarterbacks are LSU's and Penn State's. That being said, Florida's outside of the top 10. DJ Lagway, when healthy, it might be one of the most talented quarterbacks in this country.
Definitely.
He might be one of the most talented players in college football. This man's going to be playing legit time on Sundays. I mean, I think this kid's a stud. If he doesn't get hurt against Georgia, we might be talking about this team a little differently.
I have them with injuries lightly factored in at 9-3. I think this completely hinges on injuries and Billy Napier's ability to be a competent football coach, which I know is asking a lot. But I think this team could be a lot better than people think. I mean, Josh Pate has them in the playoff. I'm not quite that bullish on him, but it wouldn't totally shock me either.
I mean, I was running through the SEC earlier. I legitimately think there's 5 teams and 1 with an outside shot that could be in the playoff conversation out of that conference. I mean, I think you got the obvious ones in Georgia, Texas, and Alabama.
Yeah. Well,
South Carolina's got a shot.
I think there's another one.
We can get to that take because I think you and I have similar takes on Alabama. But from a national standpoint,
I wasn't talking Alabama.
Oh, okay. Florida and South Carolina are my 5.
Where's LSU?
Oh, LSU. That's who I forgot. So 6.
That's where I was going with that.
LSU. Not Alabama. Yeah, LSU. What the hell am I talking about?
I mean, I think Alabama, I have them at 10-2. I don't think that gets them to playoff, but I got LSU at 11-1.
Yeah.
They could also go 7-5.
I got takes about LSU.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm not later. Let's wait a little bit just because I've been waiting to hear you talk about Auburn.
Oh, yeah. The Auburn's not the other one.
Really?
No.
Who is the other one?
I mean, not much of a rival for Georgia in my lifetime, but I was raised to hate Clemson.
Yeah.
And
Whew.
brother, speaking it in existence. Hopefully not. Actually, not speaking in existence, but
Yeah,
I'm putting
neither of us want this, but I know what you're about to say.
neither of us want. Yeah, I definitely don't want this, but I'm putting it out on the table now. 8/27, 2025, year of our Lord, as that idiot Josh Pate says.
Sometimes he's an idiot. Not usually.
I think Clemson's going to win the national title.
I have them going 12-0. I
think
there's another team I have going 12-0 that I think is going to win the national championship. Do I go into that now?
I think I know who it is.
I mean, I had Clemson, in my opinion, will lose to this team in the national championship. I think Clemson's going to the national championship game. As much as it pains me to say.
Do they play in the same state as a city that I can't ever pronounce correctly?
They absolutely do.
Happy Valley.
The Penn State Nittany Lions are my pick to win the national championship this year. That team is so good. Look, I'm speechless. That team is going to be so good, and they will let me down because it's James Franklin, and I picked him to win the national championship. But on paper, this team shouldn't lose a game all season, which is funny because I think they might actually lose the Big Ten championship to like Oregon or Ohio State or something.
That would be hysterical.
But I mean, that's what they did last year. Is they lost to Oregon and got to the semifinals of the playoff. Lost to Notre Dame, who I don't know how, but in this I got them going 12-0. I don't really see it, but I guess I do see it because that's what I picked. I am too.
On Notre Dame.
I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year, and I think they were like
that cat can coach.
Not quite as good as they were made out to be. I love the head coach, Marcus Freeman.
That cat can coach
his ass off. But I think
now I got a question because now I'm rethinking things a little bit. Do you want to go Heisman next, or do you want to go top 12 next?
We did teams to watch. I feel like we might as well kind of carry that into players to watch and the Heisman and all that.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any non-Heisman guys that you keep in your eye? I mean, I could just rattle off Georgia players for you, but and ECU's wide receiver room.
It's tough. Honestly, to be 100% honest with you, I didn't even prepare a Heisman winner or a Heisman top 5. Because I feel like it's gonna, like, in my brain, it's gonna change every quarter of the game. I think there's plenty of. I mean, if Penn State winning the national championship, I think Drew Aller is probably going to be in New York. I think Drew Aller is the most underrated quarterback in the country. He's way better.
Tell him, Brandon.
No, I'm dead serious. I thought this last year too. I think Drew Aller is without a doubt the most underrated quarterback in the country, at least with the big programs of guys with semi-high to high caliber quarterbacks. I think Drew Aller is not the best quarterback, but very underrated. I think the best quarterback, he's a Tiger and plays at Death Valley. You pick whichever one you want it to be, because those are 1 and 2 in my opinion. But I think Drew Aller is a safe 3.
Yeah, just to speak on Drew a little bit, it does look like they got him some help at wide receiver.
That's
obviously it's going to be a run first team. That's just how they play football. But I really
not going to put up the gaudy numbers, but just watch him play.
I just would like to see Penn State, because I think they got in a position against Notre Dame where they had to throw the ball to the wide receivers and not to those talented tight ends.
Yeah.
And those guys weren't ready for those big game moments. You got to set the tone early this year with that, and that starts at the quarterback position, putting some faith in these guys. Like you said, with the 2 guys that play in some variation of Death Valley, I'm a little higher on Klubnik than I am on Musburger.
Musburger.
Hey, Nussmeier.
Musburger, I'm higher on Cade Klubnik too. Garrett Nussmeier too. He meant to say.
Yep. I think I just.
You are looking live.
Not even gonna try that again.
Do we need a timeout? Do we need a timeout?
I need 30. I need a 30-second. But no, I'm a little higher on Klubnik.
Yeah.
I more think that has more to do with Clemson as a whole than it does with talent. I think
it's exactly what I was about to say.
I think there might be a little more talent there in Baton Rouge, but like I was speaking on Florida earlier, I think DJ Lagway, if he stays healthy and if Florida can do what I think that team is capable of doing, if coached well, he could be in New York. I think Jeremiah Smith's an obvious choice for New York.
Can I throw in a crazy dark horse?
Yeah.
I mentioned Washington earlier. Keep an eye out for Damon Williams. I think it's Williams. Guy's a freak. That's all I got for you. Just don't be surprised if he's talked about is potentially going to New York come October, November.
He
can spin it and he can fly too.
Obviously, Arch is going to be talked about. We'll see. I'm subscribing to the OBC's opinion on that. If that kid was so good, why didn't he beat the Ewers kid out?
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see. Which I got takes on Texas, Ohio State.
This game tomorrow has clouded my brain so much that I have takes. I just haven't been able to find them yet. I know they're somewhere.
I'll just get this one out on Texas, Ohio State. I think people are going to try to carry a lot of weight from that game. And we have two quarterbacks that, I know Arch has started a couple games when Quinn was hurt last year, but for the most part, a brand new starter and a brand new starter in Ohio State. The kid's got a lot of talent. I would pump the brakes on both those teams after that game. And they might be seeing each other again in the playoffs. I think they're both two very talented. I think they're both playoff teams. But, we put a lot of stock in these early season games, and I don't think this is one you should.
Yeah.
I think there's another big game week 1 that you should put stock into because I think it's going to show people some things. I'll hold off on that.
I was about to say, I'm curious as to what you could even be talking about.
We'll hold off into that.
I have one game that I do kind of feel that way about, but
what's that?
Auburn Baylor.
I have takes.
Why
is Baylor an underdog?
Actually, that and you want to talk about guys to look out for. Sawyer Robertson, quarterback at Baylor.
Which I forgot to write them down for teams to watch for.
I got Baylor going 10-2 this year.
I don't have Baylor in my top 12 right now. That will be that. I have a feeling that will be different towards the end of the year. I think Baylor's got a legitimate shot of winning that conference this year.
I think Baylor. It's funny because I can't remember. It's not showing me my conference win losses, so I'm just going based on like overall record. I have Baylor, if that's how we're doing this, just barely missing out on the playoff.
Yeah,
they're not on the playoff on the conference championship game.
Yeah, but I think. Well,
you already know I got Utah
conference, and yeah,
I got
you got
Utah going 12-0.
I like Iowa State in that conference too, for what it's worth.
Fair enough. But Utah's released from the Cam Rising shackles now, finally. So
yeah, 10-year college football player.
Hey, we've seen what Kyle Whittingham can do with that team, and now finally they don't even have to worry about Cam Rising anymore. So when they go beat Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game,
man's got takes.
Don't be surprised.
Man's got takes. That's kind of all I got on Heisman, guys.
Yeah, honestly, me too. The problem is there's too many players I like. I mean, obviously, Lenore Sellers is a guy for me that I hope to see in New York. I don't know if he will be just because I don't think that team's going to be quite good enough, at least for him to win it. He could definitely be a finalist, I think, but I don't know. There's too many other guys I think that are ahead of him. But I don't think Aller will necessarily get the numbers to be looked at as a finalist. But I think if they go 12-0, then he has to at least get a look.
Yeah. You tell me. You want to do some bets or you want to do top 12?
I say we rip the top 12.
All right. Well, with everything I've said earlier, I did my top 12. We were talking a little pre-show. It's a little mix of kind of some of what I think the end of the year will look like, and a little bit of hey, what is just the face value of these teams at the start of the season, and kind of met in the middle, and that's how I came up with my top 12.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of rip through it. Number one, I think is obvious. I got Clemson, my national champion pick as of right now. Number two, I have your national champion pick, Penn State. Number three, I got the Fighting Irish. I know you said you're not as high on them.
They're in here, but they're definitely not that high.
Yeah. They don't have the hardest of schedules.
No, that's why I got them going 12-0.
Yeah, I just don't see them losing football games.
I don't either. I think they could go 10-2, but I think they go 12-0.
Number four, I kind of went with this more consensus. I'm not as high on Texas as other people are. I think Texas is going to be a playoff team, but we'll see. There's so much uncertainty with these teams right now. It's kind of hard to rank them. That being said, number five, I got the Ohio State. Number six, I got LSU. Number seven, I got the Oregon Ducks. And this is where I talked about maybe flipping some things around. But I'm going to keep it with how I got it. Number eight, I got the Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay. I'm higher than or on your own team than you are.
Paul, we're going to go 9-3, man. Ain't you heard?
All right.
Didn't you see what Josh Pate said? We're going 9-3. Ain't nobody
Shut up and go to the
us.
next team.
It's a pretty new offensive line. Don't have depth at defense. It's 9-3. It's not going to be a good Georgia team. I don't want to tell you.
You're turning everybody away.
Number nine, this is a team I don't think is going to hang around here very long. Miami.
Yeah.
Number 10, I got the Florida Gators. I've already said what that depicts on for them to stay at that spot. But I think Florida can be a really, really good football team this year. Number 11. Yeah, they're missing the swagger from last year, but I still like ASU out west. I'll put them in there for right now until kind of proven otherwise. And number 12, just to say on that little that hope we have on Saturday night, we're going to go in and beat the number 12 team in the country, NC State.
Let them know. That's a top 15 win right there. Yeah, look at the Pirates.
A win if the Pirates win.
And even if we lose, it's a top 12 ranked team. It's okay.
It's a ranked loss.
It's okay. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, the number 12 in the country, NC State Wolfpack.
NC State
just as every other pundit is saying.
Yep. You don't get this kind of analysis anywhere else.
No.
What you got, big
dog? Y'all think this is good? Wait till the FCS rankings come out and see who's number one. All right. All of our teams were in different spots, which is good. There's one or two I have here that you didn't have. So
you don't have NC State in your top
12. I couldn't bring myself. They're right there. They're right there.
At number 13. That graphic that
I'll tell you who 13 is. It's Florida. Florida's 13 because I don't have them in my top 12, but they're right there. All right, number one. This list is a bit of projection and a bit of what I think right now. Number one, on the projection note, I got Penn State. I think they're the national champion this year. Number two, right behind them, Ohio State. We'll see.
We'll see.
Number three, Texas. I'm going to feel them out a little bit before I make any drastic opinions about them, but I think this game is a coin flip. I'm staying far away from it, but I'm also
me as well
because I'm gonna do something with it, but I don't know what yet.
I
Number
lean the under.
Number 4, the Clemson Tigers. That team is scary. I'm just with Ohio State and Texas being how they are, and then obviously I have Penn State as a national champion. That's the highest I could put them, I think. But I think Clemson could also very well have gone 2. But
Yeah.
the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs. I can't believe you didn't have them just a little higher.
No, dude, we're not going to be any good this year. I told you I had bits for
All
you.
right, moving on. Number 6. Number 6. These guys,
The Oregon Ducks.
the Ducks. I think Landon's coming with some fire this year after the way last season ended, and I think they're going to be right back in that spot again, and hopefully we'll have a better result in whatever game it may be. Number 7, I have the Fighting Irish. Again, we're not far off at all on any of our things. It's just kind of just a little bit of
shuffling.
Exactly. But I think Notre Dame. I know you're high on them. I'm not quite as high on them or compared to what we saw from him last year, especially at the end. But I mean, a Marcus Freeman coach team. I know they're going to lose to the Girl Scouts early on in the season, but they'll still figure out a way to make a deep run to the playoff. Probably. What do you say?
Is Northern Illinois on the schedule this year?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it could be Marshall. It could be God knows.
Hold up. Georgia plays Marshall week 1. Calm down.
So did Notre Dame a couple years ago, and we saw. I guess I think it might have been week 2, whatever it was.
I remember.
Number 8, the LSU Tigers. I think.
Sorry,
I was going to let you finish that.
I do have some love for the Cajuns, man. I got.
It's hard.
They might not love me by the end of the show, but I got some love for the Cajun folk.
Number 9. This is another, like you said with Miami, who I'll just go ahead and say Miami's 10 for me. I don't think this team, they could play their way into earning this. I don't think they've earned it yet. We'll be going there for Labor Day next year. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide. I have zero faith in their quarterback whatsoever. I love Kalen
DeBoer.
I think Kalen DeBoer is a fantastic football coach, and he's kind of been thrown into an impossible situation, replacing the greatest coach the sport has ever seen.
Yeah.
That being said, that Nick Saban at the very end of his tenure took Jalen Milroe and company to the 4-team playoff. Last year, Kalen DeBoer takes Jalen Milroe to whatever the hell bowl it was and loses to Michigan. Was it the Capital One Bowl?
That was going to be my guess.
But loses to a not very good Michigan team, which I know he didn't have a lot of players, but I think he had less opt-outs than Sharon Moore did at Michigan. So I might be wrong in that, but I feel like I remember hearing that somewhere. But Alabama's got to earn it. But for now, as a placeholder there at 9. Like I said, number 10, Miami. That kind of hinges on Carson Beck. Name to watch for this weekend, though. Mark Fletcher at running back. Just if you hear that name on SportsCenter this weekend, I'm just making sure it's not your first time hearing it. Number 11, I got Arizona State. Basically for everything that you said. I know they lost Scatterboo, but apparently they're very happy with their running back room, and they haven't really lost much else, and they still got Sam Levitt at quarterback. So I have no reason not to put at least a little bit of trust into him. And then number 12, this is more hopes and dreams than anything, but I got South Carolina. I think if they're not a true 12, they're right around that range. Obviously, I think they're 13th in
somewhere around
the AP,
there.
so not far off. It might be 15, somewhere in there. But the thing that scares me with them is they have their quarterback, they have their defensive quarterback, and then not a whole lot else of like high-end note around them. Aside, they just got Rashul Faison, his name. I believe that's what his name is. Their running back that they had transfer in got granted his extra year of eligibility from the NCAA, and apparently they love him. So I think this team could be very good. I think they could be a playoff team. I'm worried about the depth on that team spread out, not
Yeah.
only throughout each position, but throughout the lineup as a whole. I'm just worried that they're going to be too kind of star heavy, basically
Yeah.
with one guy on each side of the ball.
Yeah.
But that's what I got in my top 12.
Not too far off. That leads us sitting a little over an hour here. Knock some bets out. Get the rest of our takes out probably with that.
Let me pull the sports book up.
Yeah, I had
no free ads.
Closed it. No free ads. Just because I got mine open right now. Off the top, I got Baylor plus 2.5. Why the hell are they an underdog against Auburn? Does Vegas know more than me? Yes. Do I know more than Vegas in this game? Also, yes.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, I think Baylor's a team to contend with. I know folks are kind of high on Jackson Arnold. I find it funny that their scumbag of a coach who said, man, I liked him coming out of high school, really liked what I saw from him in Oklahoma, never sent him an offer out of high school.
Yeah.
So find that very interesting. I take the 2.5. That being said, Georgia Tech, 4.5-point favorites against Colorado. At Colorado, I think it's going to be a little too much at the end for the Buffalo.
I think so too.
I like Tech here.
I do think that's a competitive game, though.
I got
I'm not high on Colorado at all, but
I'm trying to see what the actual spread is because I got a profit boost on it. Nebraska minus 6.5. Cincinnati's not a good football team.
I just took an easy little money line just because I had a profit boost, but
I took the money line too. But
Nebraska's just gonna,
for sake of, if you didn't catch that yesterday, then I'd still take the 6.5. Like I said earlier, I got the Pirates plus 12.5. I believe that number has changed. I'm going to check right now. 13.5 on a certain allocated sportsbook in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
And this leads into what I think is my Granlio's take of this show.
Let's hear it.
I think it's the biggest game of the week. And typically, at least myself, the biggest game of the week is not one typically I like to bet on.
Absolutely.
Close spreads, tight teams. In this instance, the Clemson Tigers take on the LSU Tigers. Clemson, I think, is minus 4.5.
That could be 14.5. I'd still be betting it.
That number might have moved. I don't know. I am telling you right now, and if I'm wrong, a certain someone, Zach Ballard, can come at me as much as he wants. But I'm saying this right now.
There he is in the chat.
Yep. If I'm wrong, Zach, I will eat crow. You can say whatever. I'll let you come on the show for 5 minutes and ream me out if you want, if I'm wrong. Not necessarily about if Clemson wins close, then you can't come on. But if LSU wins, then you can. LSU lost 3 offensive linemen from last year. Let alone one that went top 5 in the draft, 4th. Then Will Campbell. Yeah, did they get some transfer guys with experience in college football? Yes. I said it at the beginning of the show. 2 most important units in football to have cohesion are the offensive line and the defensive back. That unit doesn't have cohesion. It's brand new guys. It's brand new starters. I don't care how good the quarterback is. It's going to be hard to run the football. Oh, by the way, Clemson has the best defensive line in the country. It's going to be hard to throw the football. Oh, by the way, their secondary is pretty damn good too. I think they have a little bit of edge at quarterback, but guess who has another top 4 unit in the country at offensive line? The Clemson Tigers. They're going to dominate them in the trenches this game. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I think LSU might get boat raced. Like 17 points is where I see Clemson winning this by. I'm not saying LSU is a bad football team, but we're going to see what they're made of real quick. and this is the complete opposite of what I said with the Ohio State-Texas game. I think you can read some things into the big games for LSU this year, and when they have to play teams with a legitimate defensive line, it is going to be a problem, let alone that defense can't find its way out of a wet paper bag.
Yep.
LSU's defense under Brian Kelly has been atrocious. And when I think of LSU, I grew up in SEC country. I grew up a Georgia fan, still very much a Georgia fan. ECU is my love, but Georgia still
Also
owns my
your
heart.
love.
Yeah. LSU always had like the scariest defense. Like growing up as a kid, are you always worried about the speed, the physicality of LSU's defense? That has not been there since Brian Kelly's been in there. It really wasn't there when over. I mean, they haven't had it since Go Tigers. Since Les. And when you play in the Southeastern Conference, being able to run the football and playing defense is greatly important. And I think that's two glaring holes on LSU. And I think naming them the national title favorites a little overzealous. Do they finish 10-2, 9-3? Yeah, probably. Do they make the playoffs? Yeah, probably. I think Clemson's going to get a hold of them this weekend.
I think so too. I'm right there with you. I think it's a double digit win for Clemson.
That's all I got in the betting department. I got other takes, but I'll hold off for now.
Let's see. Some that I've already placed. I mean, I've given you my Nebraska and Utah win totals. Is again one more win total. I love the Wake Forest under at 4.5. If it's still there, that team's gonna suck. That is a wretched football team. They'll probably be the second worst team in the ACC because I think Stanford might go 0-12. But yeah, there's some futures for you if you want some win totals. I have ECU money line. Again, I don't necessarily think we'll win this game, but I sure do think we can win this game. So, on a no sweat token, why not?
Why the heck not?
I got Nebraska money line, but I could have taken their spread twice over, and it wouldn't have mattered. I think they're going to boat race Cincinnati. Another future for you. I placed the Penn State thing, whatever. I got USF at Boise State. Bringing home a W. Let me pull up the schedule again. I think USF is going to be very good.
I'm the other way on that game. I'm not betting it, but I'm the other way on that game. I think Boise State's still a really good football team.
Oh, I think so too. And they haven't lost near as much as people have given them credit for. But just watch Byron Brown at quarterback for USF. Just watch him.
Yeah.
You know where he's from?
I do not.
He's from Raleighwood, North Carolina. I can't remember what high school he went to. If someone wants to find that out for me. But yeah, he's a Raleigh guy. And so I'm always going to bet on the Raleigh guy. Others, I'm pulling up the schedule right now just because I can't remember what games there are, and looking at Sportsbook was giving me a headache. Let's see. I'm right there with you on both the Baylor game and the Georgia Tech game. I think those are your two winners in those games, or Baylor and Georgia Tech. I think Auburn's going to be a very good team, but I think Baylor might win the Big 12 this year. Moving to Saturday. Can I get a spread update on, actually it's saying 13.5 right now on this other sports book.
Are you talking Syracuse, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 13.5 myself.
Are you minus for Tennessee or plus for Syracuse?
You know what's funny? If you didn't bring this, I literally was like looking through games and I was like, if he doesn't have it on his card, I'm going to bring that up. I have conflicting opinions of the quarterback at Tennessee. Someone that I really, really respect in the film study world actually speaks very highly of the transfer quarterback from App State.
I love me some Joey Aguilar.
I have a little different eye test opinions because of the little gunslingerness to him.
Yeah.
I think he does give Tennessee's offense a little better shot this year in things that what's his face? UCLA. Can't think of his
Nico?
name right now. Yeah, Nico. Things that Nico kind of took him out of plays, took him out of winners. I also kind of really like what the coach at Syracuse has done, bringing in a lot of transfers. I could see this being inside the number.
I think so too. I'm still on the fence about it. This is not one I've placed yet, but I feel like the closer we get to the weekend, the more I'm going to be on Syracuse, and I really don't think Syracuse is going to be worth half a damn this year for the most part. But I think this is one of those games that could kind of catapult them potentially. Like I got Tennessee going 9-3, but that's with a very close win against Syracuse. Like I got Syracuse going 5-7. I think they miss a bowl game, but it also wouldn't surprise me if they win this game and then go make a bowl game later down the road. So
got another game at 13.5. I'm curious where your head's at.
Shoot.
Alabama, Florida State.
I think Florida State will be better this year. I still am not 100% certain Florida State makes a bowl game this year. So I'm probably more so on Alabama. The problem is I feel like Florida State defensively is going to be able to shut down Alabama a little bit more often than people would like.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of that game. I'm just very intrigued by it.
Yeah, it's incredibly intriguing. I really wanted to do something. I'm not super high on UTSA, but they're plus 23.5 at Kyle Field. I'm just saying. Let's see.
I think the 2 Sunday games are good too. I kind of like South Carolina minus the 7.5. That's one I might place later. And the more I'm looking at Notre Dame minus 2.5, I really, really like that.
I like both of those as well. South Carolina, it scares me a little bit in that game as far as the spread's concerned. I think they win the game, no problem. But Virginia Tech, I think we might have been a year too early on.
And I was about to say, you mean the team you had playing in the ACC title game last
precisely.
year?
But I think that they're going to be much better. This is obviously not even this is not an original take. I feel like a lot of people share that opinion. But I think Virginia Tech, we might have just been a year too early on. I think they could be pretty good. I mean, in my playoff predictor, I had them going 9-3, which funny enough, I had South Carolina going 9-3 too, but I had South Carolina winning that game. So I'm definitely on the Cox money line. I was on the Cox. Wow. That was something else right there. But I think the spread might be ambitious if it moves in another point or so. Then I'd feel more comfortable on it. The 7.5 is wacky though.
Yeah.
I don't really see too much else. I mean, as much as I am just waiting with bated breath to bet on Temple at UMass. That's a 1.5 point. That might be the game of the year. It's at UMass.
I'm looking forward to the Monday night game just to see what UNC's cracked up to be.
I can't wait for TCU to just put them in a coffin.
But also, I ain't got much else. I don't
give me Marshall plus 39.5.
There it is. Give me Marshall money line. Almost.
It's Zachary not Branch. Impossible.
I might just name a guy a week. Zachariah Branch.
Yeah, there you go.
Zachariah Branch.
Oh, who's a guy I should name? Oh, they've already played in week 0. But you want to talk about Florida and health issues potentially at quarterback? Kansas could be something serious this year.
Yeah. He's an electric playmaker.
So Jalen Daniels is the guy I'm gonna say, just because he sounds like Jaden Daniels, and so that gets me going.
Of course it.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a Titans fan. It's a Chris
No.
Johnson joint.
NFL
But-
show with Paul tomorrow.
Psych. I have a future on the Skins to win the Super Bowl. Don't.
There you go.
I'm not saying nothing.
But I ain't got much else, brother.
I don't either. Do we want to let it ride for just a minute or two?
We
For
can
any
let
chats
see if
or-
anything comes out in the chat.
We'll sit here and oh, hold on. While we're here, let me quickly run through the schedule and find me my uniform game of the week
Oh, there you go.
because I forgot that I did that last year. Speaking of Syracuse, Tennessee, that might be the worst uniform matchup of the week.
That's not.
If you're not into
any-
orange, avert your eyes.
Yeah.
For the old timers, uniform matchup of the week is Texas Ohio State, 100%. Obviously, State is coming out with what I think are some, not gonna lie, pretty sick alts for the game tomorrow. I don't think they're anything groundbreaking. I thought it was going to be a true throwback, which would have been cool, but I think they're cool. And I love how we're just wearing the exact same uniform.
Same thing we wore in the bowl game.
That was perfect.
Run it back.
Exactly. There's a good few of my classic red overload games this weekend. Like you got, I mean, I'm just looking at Thursday alone. You got Nebraska, Cincinnati, and Miami, Ohio, Wisconsin. Give me a break.
I mean, from a classic standpoint, Florida State, Alabama,
Yeah,
like from a traditionalist standpoint, should be a pretty visibly appealing game.
I definitely. If you're colorblind, do not watch Georgia Marshall. If you're a
They're gonna
red
be-
green colorblind, you're going to be in trouble. Clemson LSU is another just classic uniform match.
Yeah, those are two good unis.
Utah UCLA might be my pick.
Ooh,
That's an interesting one.
ooh.
Which I'm surprised I didn't really have a take about that game. But keep an eye. Just that's gonna be nice on the eyes. Also, TCU UNC will be too, just because it's purple and that ugly ass shade of blue that I might be wearing on my body right now. I forgot Notre Dame, Miami, another classic uniform.
Oh
game.
yeah.
But as I run through half of the slate for this week, I don't see anything in the chat, so we can probably get to wrapping it up. I feel like.
Well, hold up. That will do it for week 1. Down
Play
East
the song.
Sports College Football Show. We will be back Thursday.
You tell me Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Let's do
Let's-
Thursday.
Works for me. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
We'll be back Thursday, 8 o'clock on X, the Everything app, YouTube, and Twitch now. Feel free to
Find
watch
us on Twitch.
Yeah.
Give us some
Down East
Twitch numbies.
Sport Network, because Jacob can't spell. Down East Sports on social. I am Jacob Miller. He is Paul Phillips. We will see y'all next week. Thanks for watching, guys.